Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. We are now going to turn our attention to the Fitchburg Fire Department, and they have a brush truck now. They've always had one.
Yes.
But now they have a lighter, more efficient truck, and we had a chance to tour this newer vehicular, maybe more like newer brush equipment, if you will.
Yes.
So here we go, Fitchburg Fire Department and their brush truck.
Okay, well, we're here today to introduce our new brush firefighting system. This truck is replacing a 2000 Ford F50 that carried 300 gallons of water with a 90 gallon per minute pump. And it basically has four-wheel drive, but it really doesn't do very well off-road, and that's why it needs to be replaced. It often got stuck, just too heavy, too bulky, wasn't able to get into the areas that we needed to get for most of our brush fires. So what we elected to do was take an existing 2007 Chevrolet 3/4 ton pickup and put a different type of firefighting skid unit into this. The skid unit is a high pressure, low volume system. So compared to our old pump, which was capable of putting out 90 gallons per minute at roughly up to 200 PSI or pounds per square inch, which are typically we operated at about between 10 and 30 gallons per minute and 100 to 150 GPM. This pump uses only 6 gallons of water per minute and runs at 2,800 pounds per square inch. And what that equates to is that it makes the water droplets a lot smaller. We're using less water to fight the same amount of fire and creating more surface area with that water to absorb heat. So it's much more effective than the old system. A lot less weight involved. With this truck we get better ground clearance. This unit has an integrated foam injection system, and what foam does is it decreases the surface tension of the water, so it allows the water droplets to be even smaller and coat surfaces better. This has been around in Europe for several years, and the U.S. Air Force is actually contracting for these types of units for their firefighting capabilities now. And like a lot of other things, the Europeans come up with these ideas and they make their way over to the U.S. and get integrated into our systems. The unit itself is very simplistic. It's comprised of a Honda 4-stroke pump, 150 feet of high pressure hose with a specialized nozzle and a positive displacement high pressure pump similar to what's used in a power washer. And that's what gets us our high pressure and our increased atomization. The nozzle is designed specifically to operate with this pump, and it's a patented operation. So again, it's very simplistic. You turn on the pump, or start the engine, turn on the pump, and you're ready to go. If you want foam, you can run it with or without foam. And at 6 GPM, it gives us about 10 to 12 minutes of operation time, which compared to the other unit, if we're running that at 30 GPM, it's giving us 10 minutes of operating time as well. So a lot less resources used, much easier to utilize and operate than the old system, and less manpower required.
There you go. What a truck.
That's
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
6 gallons per minute.
That's not a lot.
It looks like it would spray a lot more than 6 gallons per minute.
Look at it go.
And how big was the holding tank on it?
I think he said 90 maybe
gallons.
100 gallons, and not very big. But I mean, the fact that that held the same amount as their larger brush truck and it lasts the same amount of time shows you how much, difference it was with the water usage.
Yes,
So
very
pretty
neat.
So
much-
that's very, very good on brush fires. Again, this is a brush truck, so it's very easy to walk around and with that and just spray it down. It's like using a high pressure, like a
Pressure washer?
a pressure washer hose. Pretty much is what it comes down to.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Then types of fires you said were
Mostly brush fires. I mean, obviously you could use it in a house. I'm on Cambridge Fire, and we've used it in a house as well. It's a good cleanup because it's however long your hose is. You got 200 feet to go in the building and hit some little spots instead of doing a lot of damage to someone's house if it doesn't need to be. So it'll cut through drywall, let me tell you. That high pressure can cut through the drywall and get right to where you need it to go.
And I
But
think people, you think a brush truck, but you can use it,
yes, you can use
you can, if you get it on scene quickly, you can do some damage really quickly.
Definitely.
Good damage.
Multi-purpose tool.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next.